Okay, so for equity management, okay, so we are going to proceed now with how company should manage their equity. As you know, ang equity guys ay mga pag-aari. Okay, so ibig sabihin we are dealing with stocks, no, or ownership of the company. So how are we going to take good care or properly manage those ownership or those stocks? Okay, okay. So ayan. So sabi, the key goal of the treasurer of any public company is to have its securities registered so that it can more easily sell the securities and so that its investors can freely trade them. Registration process is very time consuming and expensive. So companies attempt to circumvent it through a variety of exceptions. Now, bakit sinasabi na ganito, no? Bakit sinasabi na we really need to register our securities? Kasi guys, only registered securities can be offered for sale. Hindi natin pwedeng ibenta yung hindi naman rehistrado, hindi declared, kumbaga. So ibig sabihin, let's say for every stocks created, no, it should be registered. So hindi po pwedeng hindi. Kasi if it is not registered, then ibig sabihin hindi valid yun. So it's illegal to sell an ownership na hindi naman nag-exist. Diba? Para ka nanloko lang nun. Now, since it is a must that securities are to be registered, and sabi nga, it is time consuming and very expensive, uh, companies try to find ways on how they can somehow escape, literally escape yung rigorous process and expensive process of registering their securities. Okay, so kung may paraan para mapadali, kung may paraan para medyo maging less gastos yung registration ng kanilang security, yun daw yung gagawin nila. Yun yung talagang ima-manipulate nila, kumbaga. Now, we have this Regulation A. Okay? So, Regulation A provides a reduced, take note, yan yung gusto nila mangyari, a reduced filing requirements for small dollar issuance, while Regulation D allows for the complete absence of registration for security sales to accredited investors. So, good news yun. Okay? Good news yun kung under ng Regulation D. To accredited investors, though, those investors cannot resell their securities without taking additional steps. So, yung natipid mong steps, yung napabilis na process ay temporary lang. Okay? Kasi meron pang kailangan gawin if they want to resell it. Kumbaga, para makumpleto yung process. So, may dalawang registration. Registration A at saka Registration D. Okay? Again, Registration A provides a reduced filing requirements for small dollar issuance. Reduce lang. Okay? Pero yung Registration D o Regulation D, complete absence of registration for securities. Kaya lang, hindi mo nga lang ito pwedeng ibenta, okay, or i-resell nang hindi mo rin gagawin yung mga additional steps. So, ibig sabihin, temporary lang yung nangyari. Kasi, if you want to resell it, again, may dadaanan ka pa rin ang process. So, if none of these simpler methods are available, company must use either Form S1 or Form S3. Okay, so dalawa lang naman yan. It's either use Form S1 or Form S3. Form S3 is an abbreviated registration that is available only to seasoned public companies. While S1 is yung full version, okay, full version that the remaining public company must see. So again, S3, Form S3 is for those seasoned public companies, while S1 is the full version. So ibig sabihin yung full registration. Okay? So this is Form S1. Form S1 is the default registration form to be used if no other registration forms or exemptions from registration, such as would be applicable under Regulations A or Regulations D. A key factor in the preparations of Form S1 is whether the company can incorporate a number of required items by referencing them into the form, which this could save them a great deal of work. Kasi ibig sabihin, lahat sila may sasama na under Form S1. Incorporations by reference is available only if the company has not been, for the past 3 years, a blank check company, a shell company, or a registrant for an offering of a penny stocks. So, meron lang ding mga requirements. So, hindi po pwedeng lahat-lahat ay pwedeng ganon. Okay? So, a company, yan, tuloy natin. So, a company must also be current with its various filings of financial informations, the requirements of particular burden or any private company that has gone public by acquiring a shell company. Okay, so it cannot incorporate its other SEC filings by reference. Now, to continue are the main informational contents of Form S1. So number 1 is the part of the registration statement, which includes the company's name, the title, the amount of securities to be registered, and their offering price. It also describes the market for the securities and a cross-reference to the risk factor section. The second one is the summary information. This provides a summary of the prospectus content that contains a brief overview of the key aspects of the offering, as well as the contact information for the company's principal executive officers. Another information is the risk factor. This one discusses the most significant factor that makes the offering speculative or risky, and explain how the risk affects the company or the securities being offered. The fourth one is the ratio of earnings to fixed charges. So if in case the registration for the debt securities then shows a ratio of earnings to fixed charges, if the registration is for preferred equity securities, then it shows the ratio of combined fixed charges and preference dividends to earnings. So the following ratio or these ratios must be shown for the past 5 years and the latest interim period, which will serve as a guide. Okay, which will serve as a guide or as information para sa ating mga potential, ayan, potential investors or potential buyer ng ating marketable securities. Siyempre, they need proof of how good you are. Okay. Next is the use of proceeds. So this one states the principal purpose for which proceeds from offerings are intended. So lalo na if you are registering new marketable securities, no? So may purpose yan kung bakit tayo nagdagdag. Next is determinations of offering price. So this one describes the factors considered in determining the offering price, both for common equity and for warrants, rights, and convertible securities. Next is the dilution. This one discloses the net tangible book value per share before and after the distribution. So the amount of the change in net tangible book value per share attributable to the cash payment made by purchaser of the shares being offered, and the amount of the immediate dilution from the public offering price, which will be absorbed by the purchaser. So that's what dilution is, the content. Next is the selling security holder. For this security being sold for the account of another security holder, the name of each security holder as well as each person's relationship with the company within the past 3 years and the before and after ownership percentage of security holder. So it is mentioned. Okay? Naka-stipulate doon yung kanilang mga pangalan. Next is the plan. Yan. The plan of distribution. So with regards to this, the security is offered through an underwriter. Name all the underwriters involved and their relationship with the offering. By the way, again, underwriter, ito yung mga broker ng mga bagong securities, okay? So sila yung taga-benta ng mga bagong created na marketable securities. So their names are all stipulated here. So also, it outlines the plan of distributions for any securities to be registered that are offered otherwise than through underwriters. If the securities are to be offered on an exchange, then then they will name the exchange. Okay, this also reveals the compensations paid to the underwriter, the dealer, and finders. Next is the description of securities to be registered. Okay? So with regards dito, the equity security states the title of the key securities and related rights such as kung meron silang voting rights, no, liquidation rights, dividend rights, and other terms of conversions. And so many more. Yan. So lahat yan guys ay content ng ating S1. So as you can see, medyo marami talaga, no, yung content ng S1 kasi nga as mentioned kanina, ito yung full, no? Ito yung full version ng registration. Okay? So all in all, it contains 17 main informational content. For the Form S3 naman na medyo, sabi nga, medyo may konting shortcut, okay? This allows the company to incorporate a large amount of information into the form by reference, which is generally not allowed in Form S1. This represents a considerable time savings, which is yung hinahabol talaga natin. So companies file a Form S3 whenever it is possible. Okay? Kung possible lang naman. So, however, the Form S3 is restricted to those companies that met the following eligibility requirements. So, they have to have the following requirements for them to be eligible para makapag-register sa Form S3. First, yan. It is organized within and has principal business operation within the US. So, kasi yung libro ginamit natin is in US. Okay? US based. Now, it is already has a class of registered securities or has been meeting its periodic reporting requirements to the SEC for or at least the past 12 months. So it cannot have failed to pay dividends, sinking funds installment, or defaulted on scheduled debt or lease payment since the end of the last fiscal year, and the aggregate market value of common equity held by non-affiliates of the company is at least $75 billion. So medyo mabigat din yung requirement. Okay? So another one is the self-registration. So ano nga ba ito? Self-registration is the registrations of a new issues of securities that can be filed with the SEC or the Securities and Exchange Commission up to 3 years in advance of the actual distribution of such securities. This allows a company to obtain funds quickly when needed, rather than compiling a registration documents and then waiting for the SEC to declare their registration effectively. Take note, ulitin lang natin ha. Ang sabi, this is the registrations of a new issue of securities that can be filed with the SEC up to 3 years in advance. So, ibig sabihin, talagang literally in advance. Kasi alam natin na it takes time para ma-approve. It takes time para lumabas yung documents. So, ibig sabihin, in advance na natin yung kanyang registration. Okay? Para ma-distribute na rin agad. It is especially useful for debt offerings since a public company can wait for interest rates to decline before issuing any securities. Now, eto na. So, yung kaninang na-mention natin, no, na meron tayong Regulation A, meron din tayong Regulation D. Yan. So, under Regulation D, sabi, securities can only be sold under Regulation D to unaccredited investors. Unaccredited investors is one whom the issuing company reasonably believes falls within any of these categories at the time the securities sale. So sino-sino yung sinasabi nilang accredited investors? Number one, we have bank, broker, dealer. A bank, a broker dealer, an insurance company, an investment company, or employee benefits plan. That's one. Number two, a director, an executive officer, or general partner of the issuing company. Number three, a person whose individual net worth exceeds 1 million, or sabi joint net worth. Okay? Next, a person having individual income exceeding $200,000 or joint income with a spouse exceeding 300,000 in each of the last 2 years with a reasonable expectations for reaching the same income level for the current year. And number five, any trust with total assets exceeding 5 million. Guys, yung trust na ito ay yung trust company. Okay? Okay. Baka kasi mamaya yung ang nalatan tiwala. No, no. Ito ay trust company. Okay? Now, for equity-related control, syempre, sabi nga natin, as far as management is concerned, dalawa lagi ang tinitingnan natin, control at saka policy. Okay? Now, for equity-related controls under general stock sale control, we have the following. So ano yung una? We need to verify available authorized shares. Oh, that's a form of control nga naman. Okay? Control nga naman yun. Pangalawa, verify board authorization. So, pagka wala kasing authorization, ibig sabihin hindi pwede. Okay? Number three, have due diligence, have due diligence officers review all SEC filings. Natural. Sabi, the SEC can and will reject any registration documents if information is not presented exactly in accordance with its instructions. To avoid the delay of SEC rejection, have a due diligence officer who specializes in SEC procedures review the filing prior to submission. Dapat lang. Before you submit, kailangan talaga ito ay na-review. Okay, bakit? Kasi pagdating doon, hindi ni-review, rejected, wala na. Ulit tayo, back to square one. Okay? Verify content of security authorization letter, which is basic. Okay, basic naman talaga. We need to verify if it is legitimate or not. Diba? O, yun. Kaya sabi niya, the next step in the process is to authorize the issuance of shares to the new investors, wherein the treasurer authorizes the issuance of shares to new investors by completing a form letter to the company's stock transfer agents, itemizing the number of shares to be issued to each investors and noting addresses and tax identification numbers. Natural. Okay? So, we have to follow all of this control in order to ensure na yung transaction natin is tama. Now, ito naman for A stock sales. Okay? So, meron tayong Regulation A, may Regulation D. So, for Regulation A, ito yon. Una, review disqualification procedure. Pangalawa, submit test the water documents to counsel. The company can issue test the water documents to prospective investors, but only once that follows specific SEC guidelines. Number three, verify terminations of the test the water documents. And number four, control release of offering circular. Now, meron pa yung kadugtong. Number five, submit advertising to counsel. Sir, what do you mean? Company can advertise the offering, but only include specific terminologies in the advertisements. Kasi kailangan din syempre ipapaalam natin to. Okay? Next, number 6 is to specify the escrow cap. And number 7, update offering circular. And number 8, which is the last, ensure that Form 2-A is filed. Siyempre. Okay? Sabi, at least one Form 2-A must be filed within 6 months of the sex qualifications of the offering statement. Responsibility for the filing lies with corporate counsel, who should note the due date on a checklist of activities associated with the fundings. It's their responsibility naman talaga. Okay? Para naman kay D, yan. So tapos na tayo kay A. Kay D, ganito naman ang gagawin. Review outgoing subscription agent agreement. Pangalawa is review received subscription agreement. The third one is to review investors qualification certificate. Number 4 is to verify cash receipt. And number 5, the last one, is to ensure that Form D is filed. Natural. Okay? So, very basic naman yung sineset natin na control. Pero this is very essential. Okay? This is very essential. Kung mapapansin nyo, ang laging last sa step ng control is to ensure na ito ay na-filed. Bakit? Babalikan ko lang yung sinabi natin kanina. It's the responsibility to ensure that our marketable securities are registered. Ayan. So, kaya kailangan talaga ito ay registered o rehistrado. Now we go with policy. Yeah. So, policies specific to regulation A stocks, like a company will find itself at significant risk of having regulation A offering not qualified by SEC if it either employ or is owned by an individual with an objectionable background. So talagang we need to be very specific in the implementation of our policy. Now, accordingly, all directors, officers, shareholders owning at least 10% of any class of company securities and underwriter officers should be required to complete a violation questionnaire similar to the one shown dun sa procedure na pinakita ng presenter last time. Yan yun. Okay? Now, and then that's it. So, ibig sabihin lang nito guys is that control and policy is really essential, just like in the previous discussion, na talagang we should set control and policy. Okay? Ayan. So again, thank you very much and have a nice day guys. Thank you. Bye-bye.